Hi, Phil Aston here from Now Spinning Magazine with another little video feature. I recently saw a video by Rick Beato called The Death of Music Genres, and a couple of people in the comment section on the Now Spinning Magazine YouTube channel mentioned this video. So I went off to have a look at it and to see what it was all about. And I have to say, I agree with Rick very much. Are we seeing the death of music genres? I did a video a while ago saying, is it time we retired the term classic rock? And a lot of people agree that we should just call things rock music. The trouble is with the phrase classic rock, or even the phrase classical music, is it gives the impression that it's all done and dusted. This is all music that's in this section and it's just done. So any new band that comes out as a new classic rock band, it's not a really good label to probably be connected to, because you're seen as you must be doing something that's from the past. And this whole idea that we're seeing music genres disappear is something I identify with. Rick was talking about his daughter was playing a pop song and it sounded like sort of Latin music, etc. And she didn't really know about that, bossa nova music, etc. And to illustrate this point, this is a record. It's a triple vinyl album from a long time ago, 1971, and it basically was a collection of bands from the Isle of Wight Festival and the Atlanta Festival. And on it, imagine being in that audience. I could have said Woodstock, but I'm going to go with this one. Okay, the Isle of Wight Festival also had Emerson, Lake and Palmer, prog, free, blues rock, Jimi Hendrix, Johnny Winter, you could say it was blues, Mountain, is that proto heavy metal, Chris Christopherson, is that country music, Poco, country rock, Procol Harum, rock music, Chamber Brothers, soul, Leonard Cohen, singer-songwriter, 10 Years After, all of those different genres. Oh, and of course, Miles Davis is on there as well, so jazz. So all of those different artists were on the bill, and all the music fans from that period went to see them. Were they looking at that lineup and thinking, oh, we've got a country star coming on next, there's blues rock next, or progressive rock next? It was just music. Now, as I grew up in the 70s, it became far more tribal. So by the time I got to the Reading Festival, it had become very rock-centric. And in fact, the Reading Festival became literally heavy metal. By 1980, every band that was on the bill was a heavy metal band. And in fact, I think 1980s is a good example, really, because after hearing like 15 bands a day telling you to get mad and go crazy, one after the other, by the time Slade came on in the middle of Sunday afternoon and did Merry Christmas Everybody on August bank holiday weekend, they were the best band because they were obviously different. And I think that the trouble is with genres is it kind of locks things down. It's a bit like being in an Indian restaurant and deciding you'd really wish you could make a pizza. Is that you're kind of stuck in a way. And I think what has happened, and I think what Rick kind of pointed this out as well, is it's personal discovery now. He's talking about the fact that if you're listening to things on Spotify or Apple Music, or even if it's your own collection, you've uploaded to Apple Music and you're playing things, as soon as you stop playing what you actually have in your library, Apple Music will think, oh, and it will suggest something you'll think you want to listen to, and off you go down that route. Now, how we used to discover music was we'd hear things on the radio, on the TV, we'd read about it in Sounds or Melody Maker or NME, and then we'd go down to the pub with our friends and we'd say, there's a new band coming out, have you heard them? It's a UFO or whatever. And chances are your friends around the table go, yeah, I've heard a couple of tracks from that. Now, the same thing, if you went down and saw your friends and said, oh, have you heard of this other band? They go, I've never heard of them. Even if it was a band that's got tens of thousands of listens per month or whatever, even more, the chances are this has been discovered by you because of your own listening behaviour. But I think it's a healthy thing, because if I think about my youngest son, who's 26, he's been buying records now for a few years, and he loves music. But what's interesting is when I think about how Lee listens to music is he doesn't see genres. He just likes what he likes. So he'll listen to pop music, and a lot of what is in the top 10 of the album charts in the UK, he loves pop music. He loves singer-songwriter music. So he'll buy a Taylor Swift album, and he'll also listen to The Darkness. He'll listen to Queen, and he'll also listen to Miles Davis. And in fact, over Christmas, he was saying maybe he was asking about John Coltrane because it was on. He didn't say, is this jazz? It's just music. Ed Sheeran is another artist he really likes. But I'm telling you all of these different things, but to him, it's just music. So when I held up that album from the late 60s, 70s, with all those different artists on, and the fact that all those different genres on the same lineup, I think that's really where Glastonbury is now. And you could have Judas Priest on at Glastonbury. I mean, Rob would probably need to drop do you want some Judas Priest heavy metal, perhaps? I don't know. But it would work fine, because I think the audience would just go with it. They just think, oh, look, this is a rock band. And then whatever came on afterwards, whether it was dance, pop or whatever, or folk, it would just be part of the music experience of going to see it. And I think that's where, in a way, music has gone. I think it's kind of healthier. I mean, in my 2024 rundown of the top 35 albums, and I kept saying, oh, it's another progressive rock band. I was mentioning all these different bands, Freeze and Beatrice, etc. And somebody said, they're not really progressive, though, are they? I mean, it's not like progressive rock meant in the early 70s. It was music that was pushing the boundaries. Now it's just kind of music that's kind of labelled. It's like that. So you need to tick a box where it belongs to. And in a way, it's just good music. And I do try, I mean, especially for what Now Spinning Magazine is, where it is like a magazine, so I can cover anything, whether it is soul or heavy metal or jazz or blues rock or something. Again, you see, I'm using those genres because I think I've grown up with that. But I think would a younger presenter just say, "Oh, I've been listening to some Miles Davis, and I've been listening to some Taylor Swift. I've been listening to The Darkness," without saying, "Oh, they're a rock band," or that's just music. I think mentioning the band Queen is perhaps an example of something that shone a light through that time period, where what were they actually as a band? Were they pop? Bit like Status Quo, isn't it? But were they pop? Were they rock? Were they, they did so many, they appealed to so many different audiences, and it's why they were perfect for things like Live Aid, isn't it? But I think it's healthy because it means that with festival lineups now, instead of, we know we have Download, which is metal, but I think that, for festivals in the future, I don't know, we've got Wacken, it's another one, we should start to see different music coming in, because like I love all sorts of music, and I think younger music fans are now more open to whatever they hear because it's personal discovery. They might hear something on a TV show. Spotify has put something in front of them that they didn't know it was perhaps an 80s hair metal band. It was just a track that they thought, well, that's good. And they don't have any baggage or connection to it, what it is. And this phrase classic rock, is that something that they would identify with? Or is it just rock music? Or is it just guitar driven music? So let me know what you think. Watch Rick's video. It's really interesting. But I agree. I think we're reaching a point where genres are gone. We're going back to, it's not like a new horizon. Rick talks about the fact we're heading into a new era. I think we came from that. And it's during that period, the explosion of different things and tribes and things and fashions and everything got kind of labelled. But I think now it's a much more open and exploratory experience to be into music. So let me know what you think in the comments below. Thank you for watching. Thank you for being here. Remember, music is the healer and the doctor. Buy a t-shirt, become a member on YouTube or Patreon and get to see lots of videos, and also have access to the WhatsApp private community, and also on Facebook, and also the 2 monthly meetups down the Now Spinning Arms virtual pub. Take care, everyone, and I'll talk to you all very, very soon.